friends, welcome back to my kitchen. This is Table Full of Joy and I'm Cheryl. If you didn't catch my live earlier, we are making a short rib in a mushroom sauce, mashed potatoes, and my husband chose corn for the veggie tonight, so that's what we're gonna have. But the meat was gonna take too long to finish in the live video, so we're just gonna finish it now so you guys can see what these ribs look like, and you can see the gravy process as I put the rest of this together. So we're going to use a process, I cannot think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a French method for blending flour and butter together as a thickener for gravies and that kind of stuff. The flour actually helps with the thickening. The butter helps to keep it smooth so that it doesn't lump up on you. So we are going to do about a tablespoon of softened butter. And we're going to do about a tablespoon of flour. And we need to grab a fork really quick because this is how we're going to blend these together. So we're going to do about a tablespoon of flour. Looks about right. And we're going to just take our fork and we're just going to mash it around in our bowl till we're going to get our flour and our butter mixed up together really well so that we have a nice lump-free mixture. Getting flour everywhere, but it's fine. So we're just gonna mix this flour and butter together. And then when we do our sauce, we're gonna just drop little bits of this in there at a time. And we're gonna whisk it together. And this is what's going to thicken our sauce. Okay, that looks really good. So we're gonna grab a whisk really fast. We're gonna grab our pot holder. We need to push our thing down to make sure we've released all of the steam. That's one thing you're really careful with, is you make sure that you release all of the steam from your pressure cooker or from this quick cooker, because the steam is very, very hot. It will burn you. Steam burns are some of the worst. So our ribs are looking super good. They are they're super tender. They are falling apart, as you can see here. So I'm going to grab a plate really quick so I can put them on it. All right, so here is our ribs. If there's any little bits of meat down here in the bottom, it's totally fine. It's just going to get whisked up into your sauce, so it'll be okay. But I think we are going to add just a tiny bit of water. This one fell right off the bone. So we're just going to set that there. Our sauce looks super, super good. But I do, like I said, I think I'm going to add just a little bit of water to this. Let me bring you in a little bit closer so that you can see what our sauce looks like. That looks super, super good. So we are going to add just a little bit of water in here, and we're going to use our whisk, and we're going to whisk this around a little bit. We want to loosen anything that is stuck on the bottom, because you could have, since we coated our ribs in flour before we put them in here, you probably could have a little bit of flour that is stuck on the bottom down here. We want to get that loosened up. So let's add just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and add the rest of that. I think that'll be fine. So we're just going to get our whisk in here. Just kind of whisk around until you can hear the metal on your pot. That tells you that you have released all of that yummy flavor, because that's what that is down there on the bottom of there, is just pure flavor that has cooked with the meat. So we just want to get in here and mix this around a little bit. Let's keep this up for a second. Let's look down here and see. Yeah, that's what we've got down there, is just some pure flavor down there in the bottom with our flour. And our meat juices are down there. This is looking really, really good. Okay, so now we're gonna let's turn this up. I'm gonna cancel. And let's go ahead and turn this up to, let's turn it to sear. Let's start it. And that's just gonna get the heat going. That's gonna get us, kind of get it boiling a little bit. And in that process, we're gonna go ahead and add part of our butter flour mixture in there. And we're just gonna start whisking that butter and flour around in here so that it starts to dissolve. We wanna get our flour and get our butter melted, get our flour dissolved, and that's gonna start to thicken this up a little bit. This is gonna be super good over mashed potatoes with these beautiful beef ribs. These are just some short ribs that I got on sale at Fred Meyer, which is our local Kroger store. But we're just gonna mix this stuff around until the heat comes up and it starts to thicken. If you haven't watched the live video yet, we did some mashed potatoes that are right here that are looking super, super good. We made these with a ricer, which is like a giant garlic press. And you put your potatoes, your little potatoes, push those through the ricer, and you end up with these beautiful, creamy mashed potatoes that are perfect. And they've just been hanging out over here on my stove with the lid on it on low so that they stay hot until we were ready to eat, because by the time we got our meat cooked, it was about 40 minutes, roughly. I told them in the live video that our ribs were just a tiny bit still frozen, not super bad, but they were still a little bit frozen, and I needed to have them cook just a little bit longer. So I had to start the quick cooker again for another 5 minutes and just let it go, and then they came out perfect, and they're totally fine now. So we are gonna just let this thicken. Shouldn't take too long, but this is looking super good. I'm gonna grab a spoon really quick because we still have a little bit of our butter and flour mixture down here. And I'm gonna grab just some broth from down here. I'm gonna drop this down here, just like this. I can hear this sizzling away. So this is just melting what's left of our butter and flour mixture in the bottom of our bowl here. We're just gonna add that in there because it looked like it could use it. No sense to waste it. So we're just gonna put this in there, use our fork to get all of that off our fork. And this is looking super, super, super good. It smells incredible. Let me bring you in really quick so you can see what our sauce is looking like in our pot now. So it's simmering. It's looking really good. It's starting to get nice and thick. This is looking perfect. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dish this up. I imagine my husband is starving. Like I said, in my video, we don't usually eat Sunday mornings before church. So we are gonna get this dished up and we are gonna have some yummy food. Super excited to try this. So I wanna thank you all so much for joining me today. If you joined me for the live, thank you so much for that. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. And I just wanna thank you guys all so much for your support and for your encouragement that you give me all the time, and for joining me on my videos, checking things out that we're doing around here. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do that. Go to my channel, give it a subscribe, give it a like, so that you don't miss out, because we've got a lot of baking we're gonna be doing over the next couple of weeks for Christmas. Plus we still have to eat, so we're gonna be doing some fun recipes as well. So I just wanna thank you all again for spending time with me in my kitchen. It means so much to me, and have a great day.